What's up YouTube, Anli's here, and for this video we are going to actually be going over every pickup that we have from the month of January. Now, I'm going to let you know a little disclaimer here so nobody rips my fucking head off. Some of these items were ordered in December, but they arrived at the beginning of the month. So, just to be clear on that. And also, there is at least one item outstanding that we're still waiting on. So, as a matter of fact, I will tell you what item that is now, so there's no discrepancies here. The item we are waiting on is called Classical Element by the band Jupiter, which will actually be now in the February pickups. It's one of the limited editions too. So what I thought we would do here, these are being done in the order that they were ordered, not necessarily the order they arrived, although they pretty much came around in the same, pretty much in the same order here. Okay, so where do we begin? First pile over here. This is the second book of the short stories from Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon. This is the final manga in the publication. And this is a book that was never released in the US, I believe. And in case anybody's wondering, no, I haven't read it yet. I actually have to read through. Now, I have to read through the Codename Sailor V manga, the entire regular series, and the short stories. So we have that. This is an anime that I've heard about from a website called Tumblr, and I was extremely happy to have this. And I can tell you right now, it is one hell of a series. This is just the first season, but this is one hell of a series. You gotta check it out. This is season 1 of Yuta no Prince-sama season 1, or 1000% as it's known in Japan. It's about a young girl who goes to an academy to become a top composer in the music industry, and she meets 6 young men who try to court her and become her friend at the same time. They all have very interesting personalities. One of my personal favorite characters is named, and I'll show you real quick here. That's Natsuki. He has a very interesting personality trait, and that he was known as, Gemini syndrome. He's fine as long as he has his glasses on. When he takes them off, he becomes the wicked and violent Satsuki. But the one character that I've grew to like through the 13 episodes of the first season is that character. His name is Ren. He thinks very highly of the female lead, whose name is Haruka, which is that character right there. By the way, if you live in Japan, yes, there is a PSP game series based around this same anime. So that's the first part. Then we have this one. This CD is called Sex, Blood, and Rock and Roll by the band Vamps, featuring Hyde from Lark and Ciel and Kaz of Oblivion Dust. And this is their greatest hits album, I do believe. And there's the cover. That's a pretty freaky looking cover, don't you think? Look at that. I don't know, I liked it. Then we have this. This is the CD known as passes by the Gazette. And it's interesting that I have this because the very next item actually relates to this in a way. This is Season 2 of Black Butler. Now, why did I say that this related to this? Because, if for those of you that pay attention to openings, this group did the opening for Season 2 of the anime. It is called Shiver. Now, I have not heard it yet, to be honest, but let's just say I already prefer Monochrome Kiss from Season 1. Yeah. This, though, I haven't watched either season. And by the way, this anime, it was announced, is getting a third season. And I neglected to mention it when I had it. So is this series. This series' third season's coming out in 2015. So, this one, all we know is it was greenlit. This one got a third season, and the anime Free is getting a second season. So, a lot of anime news there for it. Then, as we're trying to continue in order here, we have from the band Lunacy, Lunacy 3D in Los Angeles. This is a 2 CD set from a concert which took place on December the 4th, 2010, so 3 years ago, and it is a 2 CD set. The thing about it is there's actually an extra song that isn't really labeled. I think it's more like an intermission or coming out of an intermission on the second disc. If you go put it in your iTunes or your Windows Media Player, it'll say track 1. Now I'm going to tell you right now, I haven't listened to probably most of the CDs that I have here. I have like that back catalog is getting bigger than my game playing, to be honest. But I told a friend of mine I was getting this, and she kind of raged about it, and I mean hardcore. But what do you want to do, right? One of the somebody who was in that band, by the way, has a Facebook page. I'll have to find the person and then link it to his Facebook. But, yeah. So, from there, we go to... Oh, okay. This is a band called Roy's, and in case anybody's wondering, no, again, I have not listened. Most of these, again, I haven't listened to, but this is their single, Starry Heaven. By the way, now, it could just be me, but if I looked at the front cover, and if I showed you the cover, does that remind you of anything? Maybe, I don't know, one of the Final Fantasy games? Like maybe 13? I don't know. I looked at it, and that's the first thing I thought of. Which is actually one of the reasons I got it. I didn't know which one was the, regular, which was limited. This is the regular edition. Now, will I go back and get the limited? Probably not. But I'm just happy to have this copy, to be honest. This is a band that I have heard of, and this is a band that I have seen actually the video for the single. This is Spiff State, and the single is called Flavor. And this one does come with the DVD. Funny thing about this is the record label that the company is on actually has that the band's on has a YouTube channel. Look up Cloud Official on YouTube. The video is actually really good, and this is the kind of song you listen to in the summer with the top down and the radio blaring. I can already tell you that, because the video is actually in my favorites. True story. Back when I was first getting into Japanese music hardcore, and especially what is called visual rock now, visual kai, this was one of the first groups I listened to. I'm not kidding. And just to be able to have the single now from one of the first songs I listened to. Awesome stuff. I'll tell you what, we'll get the Amazon stuff out of the way first. This next one is called X Japan Box, or Best of X. They did something interesting with this, though. The first CD, and you'll actually see it on back here. The first CD, you might not be able to see that. Hold on. Yeah. The first CD is going to be all live stuff. Just about. Okay, I'm staying corrected. A couple of these aren't. But the second CD is the backing track, the original backing tracks of those same songs. So you're actually getting the songs twice, but one's the backing, which I think means instrumental, right? Anywho, it is 2 discs long. And if you want to see, hold on. There's this one. And there's the second one. Something I was actually... It's one of the few, and I mean this, X Japan CDs I can actually get without actually, having to go donate a kidney. Because they're expensive. Like, I don't even mean like, $50, $60 expensive. I mean like, you have to go donate organs. Like, legitimately. It's a little ridiculous. Then we have this group, and they're called Anli Pollicino. And if I mispronounced that, I apologize. This is their newest single, which actually came out at the beginning of the year, called Angel Heart. And this one actually has a really funny story. And it just happened today, believe it or not. Usually when you get one of these, they will put the CD on top and the DVD on the bottom. Not this case. That's the DVD. That's the CD. Now, why is this important? Well, I went to go put this into my hard drive because I was getting ready to rip the CD into my hard drive. Come to find out, this was the DVD. Now, the DVDs are typically region encoded 2, which means unless you switch out your region encode, your region code on your DVD player on your computer, or unless you have a specially designed, specially modified CD or DVD player, you can't watch an R2 DVD. So I'm checking. I looked at my thing after I went to go put the thing in. Found out it was a DVD. The DVD played on my computer. Come to find out, somehow, and I don't know how yet, the region code for my DVD player is now region 2, which means now I can watch the DVDs for these on my computer, but I can't watch the region 1 unless I switch it back. It's weird how that works. By the way, so far to date, oh no, I'm sorry, I checked, to prove this, I also checked this with one other CD that I have. But it was just funny that A, they put the DVD on top, and B, it actually played. And then I found, I wonder how long it's actually been like that, though. That's my thing. And see, I'm the only one that uses the computer, so I don't know how it's switched. That's the funny part. Anyways, lastly, well, we're going to be doing this in about 20 minutes, hopefully. This is a 3-disc set from the band known as D. And that is all they're known as, D. This is their greatest hits from 2007 to 2011 called Bloody Rose. Now this is 3 discs. I'll even show you in just a minute. I get the damn thing open. Excuse me. There's the first CD. Then, pop this open. There's disc 2. There's the DVD. And the DVD has 13 different videos on it, which go, I can't read the Japanese, unfortunately. But we have at least Birth, Snow White, Nocturnal, Tightrope, Day by Day, Seventh Rose, In the Name of Justice, and Der Konig der Dunge. That's German. I can't read that. I tried my best without butchering it. But this is 3 discs long, which again, I'm quite happy to have this. There's actually an insert, which I think I have on my desk here somewhere. Ah, here it is. Get over here. Try not to F you. Oh, you gotta love things. I gotta clean my desk off. This is the insert, which is a card from Day by Day. So that's pretty cool. I'm always thrilled when I get stuff like this because I'm a collector. I admit that. But my collecting is a little bit differently than what some people do. Some people are video game collectors. Well, I used to be. Then I realized how out of hand the market was getting, and I went, okay. We've been down this. I've done that before already. Go watch it if you haven't seen it yet, of course. But this is D Bloody Rose, and that is everything. As I've stated, there is at least 1 item outstanding. 1 item I had to file a claim on because I haven't gotten... It wasn't even shipped out yet. And I don't think it's coming. So, see now about getting my money back from the seller. But that is everything for the month of January. We'll be working on February now, which already will have at least 1 item in it. We already know what it is. But I will see you at the end of this month when we get to see what we picked up for the month of February. Take care, gang.